with admiration as the world has come together in solidarity to fight this common enemy. We share the grief and pain of so many people around the world, and we share the hope that we will overcome this pandemic together. There is one thing we haven't done. We haven't given up, and we will not give up. We won't. Our commitment remains to serving all the people of the world with science, solidarity, and solutions, but above all, with humility and respect to all people and nations. WHO is now working to provide the critical strategies, solutions, and supplies that countries will need in the coming weeks and months. One thing that we would ask is unity at the national level and solidarity at the global level. More than ever, the human race, humanity, should stand together to defeat this virus. I have said it before, this virus can wreak havoc. It's more than any terrorist attack. Said it before. It can bring political, economic, and social upheavals. But the choice is ours. And the choice should be unity at national level. The choice should be global solidarity, standing in unison. The choice should be humanity against this virus. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tedros, for these opening remarks. Before we open the floor for questions, just to remind everyone that we have simultaneous interpretation into 6 UN languages, and that's Russian, English, French, Spanish, Chinese, Arabic, and we also have Portuguese. For journalists who are watching us on Zoom, you have to click on interpretation, and then there is just one little thing that Arabic is under Korean. So I don't know really why is that, but if you want to listen in Arabic, you have to click on Korean. So if that's okay, we will ask everyone to be very short and have one question, so we try to take as many as possible. So if we may start, also just to remind you that we cannot unmute you, so if we call on you, please unmute yourself and you will be able to ask questions. So we will start with Kazakhstan, with Janat Ahmetova from TV channel Habar. Janat, can you hear us?
Yes, good evening. My name is Janat Ernest. I'm a correspondent of agency Habar. My question is, in the framework of regional cooperation, Kazakhstan has provided humanitarian assistance in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic to Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. Several countries provided such assistance to Kazakhstan. How is such a partnership built in other regions of the world, and how does this correlate with WHO's work in this direction? Thank you.
Thank you for the question, and again, I thank you to Kazakhstan for the help you're providing in the region and the assistance you're getting from others. I think we've seen in this pandemic that very often, it doesn't matter what level you're at, the most effective and welcome assistance comes from your neighbours. And that may be the house next door, but sometimes it's the country next door. Neighbouring countries share very often common peoples, common languages, common cultures, a common approach to the world, and usually have very deep rooted connections between countries. And those trusting relationships in situations like this can be relied upon to allow for assistance, support and solidarity to move between countries. I also believe it's it's a pathway through this pandemic as countries who are close to each other, have those historic links, can begin to open and trade and work with each other in a careful and stepwise manner. So having good neighbours is always a very positive thing. Also, I believe across the whole sub-region, from Turkey all the way through to Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, the Turkic-speaking nations have worked together very effectively in providing mutual support. Sub-regional and regional collaboration and coordination is very important. The Director General, Dr. Tedros, has worked with our regional directors and so many of the regional collections of ministers and governments, with ASEAN, with the African Union, with the CARICOM, with so many other regional integration organisations which provide a basis for cooperation and support between countries. So yes, I do think that local support in sub-regions, regional coordination, both in terms of aligning response strategies, aligning exit strategies from lockdown, aligning innovation strategies, and working our way through this pandemic to reach a point where we have enough control to be able to resume our social and economic lives.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ryan, for this answer. For Habar TV news channel from Kazakhstan. Next question comes from Globo, Brazil. That's Bianca Rotier. Bianca, can you hear us, please?
Yes, Tarek, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thanks a lot. My question is about Brazil, and so I will ask in